Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. What I'm trying to kill you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up, execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the Jews like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah. Aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because as I've seen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the tribe with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the tribe with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Sneering this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace, everyone. I am Universe Badger. DDH is here, not in a bubble form, and I don't know why we can't see him.
I'm not the bubble no more, guys.
You are still the bubble, just not right this moment.
Not this moment.
Peace and love, Chili Mo.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All is truly well.
All is truly well.
So we're back to the People's Podcast, the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Tonight's episode is titled The Real Revolution, Dying to Live Again. We're diving into what truly means to shed old versions of ourselves, to die metaphorically to the ego, the pain, the cycles that once defined us, so that we can live again fully, freely, and within intention. The real revolution isn't happening outside of us, it's within us. It's the war between who we were and who we're becoming. Before we begin tonight's episode, I'd like to give a special thank out thanks to Shimmerwood CBD infused seltzers, beverages, the beverage designed to help you relax, reflect, and rise above the noise. Spark your inner calm and keep your vibes aligned with 30% off your order using our promo code The People. Because sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is find peace. Peace, peace. Oh, peace, peace. Moon tortoise.
Yeah, I wasn't really going to come on the podcast, guys. I'm not really ready. But I forgot to stream it to my audience. Well, we got my cutie boo in the studio.
Hi, peeps.
Hi, Danny. Danny, bloop, bloop.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Oh, it's okay if you don't stay on. I love you.
I'm not going to stay on. I feel horrible. I don't feel horrible. I'm just absolutely wrung out I've been through an absolute lot. I got a lot to tell everybody. Way too much to tell everybody about the last weekend. It's been nuts, but I'm just happy to see you all here, and I hope that you guys share a whole lot of love in the studio, because despite a lot of the bad things that happen, or seemingly bad things that happen, everything is all love. Everything is happiness. So, I just got to leave you with.
Meow.
So enjoy my bubble. Meow,
Meow.
people. I love you all.
Love you too, Henry.
Most deaf, all love back, all love back.
So I want to say real quick, the real revolution, dying to live again, represents the deep transformation that happens when you stop merely existing and start living again. After heartbreak, trauma, loss, and even an awakening. It's about the rebirth that follows surrender. When we let go of who we thought we had to be and began embracing who we truly are. The dying isn't about a physical death. It's about the symbolic, my bad. I don't even know what happened. Shedding of layers of the no longer serves us. The dying again. It's about rediscovering purpose, joy, and authenticity even after the storm. This is the real revolution, the inner awakening that changes how we love, think, and show up in the world. So, I want to ask everybody, what part of you are you ready to let die so you can relive again? Chili Mo.
That part of me already gone. Remember that hook from Justin Timberlake and T.I.? Yeah, I've been on that. So, yeah. Years ago, I had to let go of my ego. I had to let that die. So, yeah.
Okay. SGF Graham, what part of you are you ready to let die so that you can live again?
I'm kind of like where Chili Mo, not even kinda. I'm where Chili Mo is dead already. I'm just going through the recovery and the rebuild, reconstruction.
So what part of you was it?
Pride, ego, the sense of reciprocation, things like that. I had to let all that go.
PC War Lily, what part of you are you ready to let die so you can relive again?
The part of me that needs to understand uh, the part of me that needs to understand why sometimes people are the way they are to people, or to me in terms of certain friendships or family relationships. And I say that I don't know if I'm totally ready to let it die, but I'm ready to let it die with some people so I can start living.
And listen, I agree completely with you. My answer is the same as yours, completely. To a fault. To a fault that I'm aware of. The lessons that I must learn. I too am with you on the exact same plane. DDH, what part of you are you willing to let die so you can relive again?
Well, some of them I have, and but I think for
What part of
me
you?
is, man, some parts I have, but I think for me doubt. I would say doubt because I sometimes question things, and I have to learn to. You can't doubt things. You just have to have faith, and I'm starting to have faith a lot more. So I think with me doubting because it causes a lot of things friction if you have doubt. Like,
Okay. I can receive that. Thank you for sharing that.
Can I give a better answer actually, Kim? I'm ready to let go of the part of me that holds on to some material things as security. As long as you have the people in your life that that are there for you.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it.
No, it's okay because I'm with you on the first half. I'm ready to let go of the things you said on the first half. The second half, the materialistic things, I don't really hold deep into. So I agree with you still in the first half. Kendall said, what's this say? What's this say?
Kendall says to die and live again, you can't change the past. Instead, you invest in yourself. I'm still learning old ways die, especially with my own self inability images of being worthy enough.
Okay. So, Chili Mo, what does inner freedom mean to you?
Not holding myself accountable, releasing things that's out of my. That's what it means.
Okay, okay. So we have next, Warm Peace Lily. So have you ever? I'm skipping to a different question. Have you ever experienced death of identity, a moment that forced you to evolve?
I've been experiencing a death of identity for a while now. And I would love to say that what's happened through it is that I've been evolving in a forward way. And that's not actually what's happened. And I think there's a difference when you've been smeared or when you've been torn down than when you just have a change in life and that changes something about your identity.
Okay. SGF Graham, when was the last time you felt reborn after hitting rock bottom?
The last time,
Yes.
uh, I didn't have to hit rock bottom this time, but maybe like a month ago.
Okay.
That was my second one. Second rebirth, I guess I should say. I went through a lot of mental turmoil and second guessing
and I killed a lot of, because the first time when I went through my rebirth, I went from what I didn't think I was arrogant or whatever, but everybody said I was or whatever, and so I went to the point to where I completely shut down and just kept everything to myself. And with this one, I have learned the balance. You know, I've learned the balance of when to shut up and when to talk, how to use my manifestation. You know, my first rebirth was just the knowledge of, but I didn't have no wisdom. It was just all knowledge. And this one, I done figured, you know, wisdom is taking place. Wisdom is being earned, I should say.
Okay. Okay. So, DDH, what's one personal revolution you've had that changed your life's direction?
What's one life revolution that changed my direction? Probably not wanting to be here, because now I look at the things on that can be so much worse in life that I felt was worse then, and try to look at a positive outlook on it. And I take something that happened this week without getting in details, and it was something that could have easily allowed people to get down, but I still looked at the positive outlook on it. So I just tried to think that me not wanting to be here before that, and you realize the positive and plus on why I should want to. I think now I can take a lot more things that people think is bad in life and turn it into a positive, so to speak.
Okay. So for me, my question is, do you believe people truly change, or do they just reveal who they've always been? And I believe I'm going to say a little bit of both. I think it all depends on their want. I think it depends on how much they really want to change. Some people can't change because they're not ready to. But when somebody truly wants to, I believe they can. I think that it's going to be hard for them, because breaking the old habits and the old ways and whatnot, every now and then I still catch myself being who I was before and saying things that I no longer resonate with, and that I am not who I am anymore, that I still catch myself having some of them old ways. Not because I'm not who I was or who I am, it's because sometimes some things are hard to break. Especially when it becomes habit forming and you've been doing it your whole entire life. But once you see differently, it's hard for me to act like I didn't see it. So to unsee something is never going to happen. To unhear something's never going to happen. I do believe, though, people can change if they truly want to for them, not because someone's making them. So I'm
Can
gonna.
I say something on that? If not, it's okay. We can move along.
No, you
but-
are. You are. I was gonna ask everybody if they wanted to answer any of those.
Yeah, I think that one, people can be changed for the worse, particularly when we have this mindset that people are supposed to change. You know, we know from psychology that people's personalities are pretty much formed by the age of 7. As some bring it up to 15. However, there are certain things, major life events, that can also create a change in people, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. However, I think that we put all this focus on are you changing? Are you becoming better? It's like self-help has become its own addiction. And I think that it would be nice to see the narrative move back to being okay with who you are and finding the people who celebrate you as you are, and you'll grow naturally. It doesn't mean you'll change into a different person. I think that most forced change changes people in a direction that is not positive. Because whether they start behaving in a certain way that everybody wants them to or not, it's not a genuine change. It's just a bowing to authority and peer pressure. And I don't think that's the kind of change we want to see in people.
So that kind of similar what I said, but a little bit different, and I can receive that side too of it. I can receive both sides of it. Chili Mo, how do you recognize when it's time to let go of an old version of yourself?
When I find myself repeating myself in situations, I know I gotta leave, find myself. So yeah, when I feel like we're not going anywhere,
Okay.
I have to skedaddle. And to anybody that's going to wear a podcast Wednesday.
Oh, you're going in and out. You're going in and out. Repeat yourself one more time.
Say anybody tuning in to Consciously Aware Podcast on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock and on Sundays at 8 o'clock with Billy Mo and co-host Jay Wise. You'll catch some of my follow-up answers on that show.
Okay. DDH, when or how do you recognize when it's time to let go of the old version of yourself?
When it starts to take control of your life. So I believe that this is me, that I believe is, you know, everybody in this world that's going through something, that they have the power to change the narrative of how they day go. Like I said, with my experience, you can take something that you have and you can take it with a grain of salt and try to find a positive out of it and make things become better, or, you know, in the best way you can. Or you can soak or sit into the negativity and allow it to tear you down. So that's for me. You know, my explanation of it, or my answer.
So, SGF Graham, how do you recognize when it's time for you to let go of the old version of you?
Whenever I deal with it, I get tired for no reason. It's just extra draining. Whenever foggy thoughts, you know, I'm a person. Even with my ADHD, I have 100 precise thoughts running around. You know, if I have just blankness and I'm not trying to meditate, and I'm always tired whenever I deal with this situation or deal with this area in my life, I know that it's got to go.
Okay. War and Peace, Lily, how do you recognize when it's time to let go of an old version of yourself?
I think that one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in life is letting go of who I was. So I don't believe in this whole letting go of old versions of yourself. I think we learn and grow as ourselves. I think that one of the coolest things that we can do is make somebody think that they have to change who they are.
Okay. So for me, how I recognize that it's time for me to let go of the old version of myself when it no longer resonates with me. When I no longer can sit like SGF Graham or DDH or Chili Mosa, when I no longer can sit within myself comfortably in my space without my head racing, without feeling nauseous or anxious, I know that I'm going against the universe within myself. And that's what I told DDH earlier, just before, a couple minutes before the show started. I heard today, and it made so much sense to me. And I love that everybody has a different opinion on things, because what works for you, and how you see things is how you see things. And no, there's no right or wrong way of how you believe. I love that everybody's opinion matters, and everybody has a way of seeing things, and they're allowed that. Their way is not wrong because if somebody else doesn't fit with them, doesn't make it wrong. The universe is the you within verse of, it's you in reverse. It's you inside of you. And that made so much sense to me, that it was the inner verse of me. And when I go against my inner self and I fight against my inner self, I get anxious and I feel like I'm a bottle being shooken up and stuff like that. That's when I know that that old version of me no longer exists. So I'm going to ask another question. What are you doing?
He said, meet him on Sunday.
So, Chili Mo, what does forgiveness of self and others play in rebirth?
Clarity, as long as I get clarity in any situation, it helps me evolve into another level of my life. Now I can look past that situation I just encountered.
Okay. War Peace Lily, what does forgiveness of self or others play in rebirth?
Well, it creates a canvas for a fresh start.
Beautiful, beautiful. SGF Graham, do you want to what is your opinion on what does forgiveness and self or others play in rebirth?
Forgiveness.
Yeah, and others or self for rebirth.
Continuing life with no rebuttal or remorse or anything. Just continuing life.
Okay. For me, forgiveness of myself and others for rebirth. I don't think I'd be able to go on, just like Gilly says, Peace and War and Peace Lily, I apologize. Like War and Peace Lily said, sometimes you have to give yourself grace and forgive yourself in order to be able to remove what was happened to go on. And it is like a clean slate. When you hold on to things, you can't allow to receive. You have too much going on. You have to remove to be able to receive. So yeah, it's like a clean slate. Because you can't. I just feel that it's too heavy. And that's just my opinion. I feel that it's too heavy to want change and to receive change if you're holding on to all this extra baggage and whatnot. So yeah, forgiving yourself is huge. And forgiving others is hard. It's hard. Yet I do believe it's necessary for rebirth. I think it's definitely necessary for rebirth. So
You know what the crazy part is though?
Huh.
It's way easier for me to forgive people than I can myself. I can forgive people in 0.5 seconds after they do the dumb shit they do. Because they don't know who they dealing with, and I really ain't got time for it anyway. And I know that the forgiveness is actually so I can move on, not necessarily so they can. So I can forgive somebody and truly mean it in a heartbeat. Whatever. Me, I will hold on to something a good 2 or 3 days before I'll be like, all right, you gotta let that go. That shit's 72 hours old. Ain't nothing you can do about it. So myself is way harder than others.
Yeah, I agree too. I learned something. Well, the book of the Four Agreements taught us Remember, Chilimo, the book of the Four Agreements said that we hold ourselves in contempt all the time, over and over and over. Every time we rethink something, every time we replay a situation that we did, we're taking ourselves to trial and putting ourselves on trial over and over and over and over again every time we think of it. Because to forgive really means to forget. They kind of have to go hand in hand, because you don't really forgive if you can't forget. Doesn't mean allow them to continue and allow yourself to continue that same behavior. Now you're aware, so you know. Yet you have to be able to do both, because if not, your subconscious is going to constantly play that over again, and everything starts with thought, and you're going to relive cycles all over again.
How do you learn from it if you forget? I'm only asking that because I haven't seen the forget part in no religion, no spirituality. I've seen people throw it in there, but it doesn't say that. It says forgive, but it don't say forget. What?
Right.
So if you forget, how do you stop it from happening again? Isn't that the loop of continuation?
Because now you're aware. I'm talking about repeating it over in your head, replaying it over in your head over and over and over and over.
Replay cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not talking about act like it never even happened again and give them that sleep.
Okay.
It's the repeat, like the Four Agreements said, you hold yourself to a contempt all the time. Every time you think of it, you're replaying it over without you even knowing that you are. Even though you supposedly forgave them for it or yourself for it, you're still holding yourself contempt every time you think of it.
You know what? I've trained myself to sing a certain positive song. I'm not gonna, go into what it is, but it's a certain positive affirmation song that I have whenever I start thinking about something from the past. I jump to it, and now I've caught myself randomly singing the song in my head, and then I wonder later, did my head just stop me from thinking something crazy because I've been practicing this for so long, like jumping on the song. As soon as something come in my head, I just try to be louder than it with the song or whatever. And I'm like, dang, did I just randomly think of that because my head just stopped me from thinking of something crazy just now?
Probably because our subconscious holds on way longer than we do.
Yeah.
Kendall say.
Kendall says, I used to last a week to let go over stupid situations, realizing it's never my problem to begin with. Yes, it hurts. It no longer serves a purposeful meaning to hold grudges. Then she goes on to say, anytime there's something negative lately, it makes me physically ill.
That's where I'm at. Yep, that's the you inverse of me. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I feel nauseous right now just because I let things live rent free in my head that I can't undo that had done, and I'm constantly reliving it, and it's making me feel nauseous. What was it, Chili Mo, that the Four Agreements? Do you remember the quote that they said? I don't know. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I remember. You got to be impeccable with your words. You got to choose your audience wisely and be okay to be alone. So to be impeccable is to mean what you're saying to mean. So always have a thought before you have an action.
Okay. So, how can we help others, Chili Mo, who are dying to relive again, yet feel stuck in the pain?
First, they got to realize they already been through it. They're not going through it now. So once they realize that, then they can go to the next level. The next level is peace. Once you go through pain, there's all healing.
Okay. So, War and Peace, Lily, if somebody wants help, how can we help others who are dying to live again, yet feel stuck within the pain?
That's a hard one for me to answer. I used to have a much easier time answering it. I think that you keep trying every day, and find what brings you joy and put more energy into that than you do into the other things. But also give your pain space, give it respect, and if you have a conviction, don't let go of it, but be willing to live again.
Okay. So my answer and how we can help others who are dying to live again, yet that who feel stuck in their pain, not walking away from them, giving them grace, and letting them know that you received their wanting to do better. And don't constantly beat them up. Listen to them, because sometimes we don't hear what they're really saying, because we think they're just saying the same thing over and over and over, and we don't really listen. And I see when people are trying to change. They may not get the same version of me. I'm not going to leave them like completely when they're really trying.
I like your answer, and your answer just made me realize I answered the question. I didn't realize what question you were asking. I guess I was asking what people can do, or you were asking what people can do for yourselves, what you can do for other people.
Yes.
Stand by them, stand up for them, believe them. Even if what they're saying doesn't make sense to you or sounds like something that is out of this world, if you know them, then you should know that whatever they're saying, it's either true or being made to appear true for some reason. And what people need when they're going through that is an advocate. What people need are people who love them no matter what. What people need are people who will go to the doctors, will go to whatever, the police, will go to whatever they need to go to get their help, or will stand up to the people that are hurting them and stand next to them and let them know that not only let the person who's going through it know they're not alone, but let the people who are coming after them know that they're not alone. Because one of the most dangerous positions a person can be in is alone. It leaves them susceptible to all sorts of things that they may or may not be consenting to. And try to understand them. Don't focus on fixing them or changing them. Focus on loving them exactly who they are, exactly where they're at. And they'll grow and they'll change on their own.
Okay. I like your opinion. DDA, how can we help others? I'm going to mute you, sweetie. There you go, because of the feedback. How can we help others who are dying to live again, yet feel stuck in their pain?
Try to talk to them and find ways to help them cope with it, and let them know that that you're there to help them grow through whatever, support them, as long as it's not affecting your mental, or be there as much as you possibly can, help them see the light and the way of life, and let them know that they have to believe in change, because change is always possible no matter what situation you in.
Read Kendall's real quick. She's got 3.
Kendall's, it's deja vu. And I'm already there for the vomiting part for the both of us. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Be present.
It's because she was talking about me being seen I was feeling nauseous. She's feeling nauseous for both of us.
That's that connection there. And then be present.
SGF Graham, how can you help others who are dying to live again yet feel stuck in their pain?
Listen, give advice when they ask, and pray. That's about it for me.
Okay. Chili Mo, how can you help others who are dying to live again yet stuck in their pain?
I think you already asked me that, didn't you?
Oh, I started with you. My bad, Steve.
No, you good. I believe I was going to give another answer too. I mean, because
Okay.
you can go on and on for real. When someone calls me and tells me that they accomplished something, especially it was maybe a situation we were speaking on, that
Mhm.
tells me, when I know that they have ascended, if you know what I mean.
Mhm. So the next question, do you think society normalizes rebirth without honoring the pain that it takes to get there? Chili Mo.
I think that question is going to be really hard for everybody to answer because we are not all of us are really judged by society. And I
Yeah.
would be the first to say that. So individually, if we was to tell society, of course, people gonna judge us. It's way more people willing to speak about drama instead of trying to fix the problem. So which to the audience, that's not something we condone. We just got to change the algorithm. We got to change the criteria of people's agendas. Because I noticed that without reacting sometimes is a problem. If you see a situation, I believe you should consciously aware podcast. no, no. Honestly, you should be consciously. You should make an attempt to help. Honestly, I think that we should try to be more attentive to others.
So the question was, do we think that and like he said, sometimes we can't a lot of people live in what society thinks and a lot of us don't here. We don't care what other people think. But do you think that SGF Graham, do you think that they remote what is this? What is I'm sorry.
Romanticizes.
Romanticizes rebirth without honoring the pain it takes to get there?
The public, I never saw the public honor a rebirth, so I don't even know how to answer that question. But my assumption that if I just went out and said that to somebody or whatever, they would probably just look at me like, okay. Like, that's just my assumption, though. I've never just walked up to somebody and actually talked about it.
I feel you. I feel you. War and Peace, Lily, do you think society romanticizes rebirth without recognizing or honoring the pain that it takes to get there?
I think society, do I think society does? I don't know
Yes.
if society does as a whole. I think there are certain pockets of society where rebirth is a real popular part of the culture, particularly in certain spiritual practices. And I think that I'm sort of 1 foot. I used to be 2 feet in that belief system, and now I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out because it is a painful process.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know if it's a necessary one, because sometimes it feels like a lot it feels very similar to abuse that I've been through, and including religious abuse. And I think that I probably did romanticize it at one point. Because I didn't know what I was signing up for or jumping into. And, you know, when you've been through a hard time anyway, the idea of rising again and feeling new is a real seductive proposition. And when there seems to be a group effort to help you die so that you can rise again, that I think can sometimes border on abuse. And I think we need to be careful with that.
So to answer the question, do you think that society, I don't like saying society, do you think that a lot of people romanticize the rebirth without really focusing and giving the pain what it takes to get there?
Yeah.
Homage.
Because I think people are so in a rush to just feel like they healed and feel like that everything is good in life, that you don't really necessarily take the time out to realize what the deep root of the problem is. Once you're able to find the root of the problem, analyze and truly take the time, because there's no problem with taking the time to find what the problem is within, then you can fully tackle it and be able to truly be reborn again. If it makes any sense. But yeah. So absolutely. I get it. The thought of change overnight is a beautiful thing. And just to wake up and be like, I'm perfect, I'm fine. But it takes time. And I can tell you that I personally know that myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to beat that question to death, because I do see how there's an error in that question. I want to read something real quick that I wrote for Moon Tortoise. It's called "Death Isn't the Only Time." Death shouldn't be the only time we come together to laugh, to cry, to share stories of when love was alive. Why must it take a funeral for us to remember that love was meant to be lived, not buried? Energy never dies. It only transfers, shifting through time, through the memory, through the pulse of a heartbeat and the whisper of a breeze. We are matter, vibrations wrapped in flesh, frequencies turning to life's rhythm. We're energy beings, forgetting that love was our first language, our purest form of currency. Love should be what we spend, what we save, what we give without fear of loss, because love, like water, flows endlessly. Water holds secrets, ancient truths of the earth's. It carries in waves, reflected in tears. It speaks. If only we would quiet the noise and listen. We are enslaved by our minds, trapped in the cage built from other people's beliefs, other people's fears. We made agreements with illusions, forgot who we were before we were told what to be. To live again, we must die, not in body, yet in ego, in pain, in the false version of ourselves we outgrew long ago. Because death isn't the end. It's a reset, a reminder that living is the real revolution. Life is beautiful, even when it breaks. Love is still the answer, even when the question hurts. And freedom, true freedom, comes when we release ourselves from ourselves. Death isn't anything other than a mindset. Living, really living, is all we should want to see. And I want everybody to do a positive, something positive that helped them become a better person, that helped them with their rebirth, that may help somebody that's struggling with theirs. And it's not about just saying rebirth. It's not about just saying healing, but truly releasing and letting go. What's something positive, Chili Mo, that you can pass on that you've learned just from this year?
This year, I learned how to accept everything and body as a whole. I used to look for certain groups and certain types of things, but now I'm walking slower. I used to move fast, so I think my pace slowed up, and I see more. I can see wider. I got panoramic vision now, so it's a more conscious me
Okay.
right now, you know. So yeah. So really, I just learned how not to be so guarded. I believe I was guarded, so I'm less guard. I don't have any bound. I don't have any walls up. I have no boundaries. Have no anything. I feel like I'm floating right now. I feel like I'm not even walking. You know, I feel like I'm actually flying. Actually, to anybody that's listening, when you wake up in the morning and your head finally resonates with the day, that's the feeling I have every day. Like I'm awake all day long. Yeah, all day long.
Gilly, what's a positive thing that you learned this year that you can help somebody? Not about like the rebirth or anything, just something that helped you let go. Oh, sorry, War and Peace, Lily. I'm so stuck.
That no one can tell you what you should or shouldn't let go of. That has to come from within.
So what's one thing that you let go to help you? Just the knowing that no one can tell you.
It's one positive thing, or it's one thing that I learned that would have led to some more positive things.
Okay. All right. SGF Graham, what's one thing this year, a positive thing this year that you've learned that you can help shed a little light onto someone else?
Start worrying about how envision what you want, not like money, but envision the house. If you can't envision the house, envision the yard. That's what I had to do. That's what I have to do. The yard, I know what type of yard I want, so I always envision the yard. I know the type of yard I want. The house must be nice, so I don't even worry about the house. Believe in it, believe in yourself, and envision the closest person to you giving you a hug and saying they're proud of you, and then go on with your day.
Okay. What's one thing you learned this year that can help somebody?
To practice mindfulness, forgiveness, and self-compassion.
Okay. I learned that I repeat cycles, and there's a lesson that I must learn. And I just learned to love myself correctly. And I overly share by a fault. And I'm very transparent by a fault. Yet I don't have healthy boundaries for myself that I'm willing to just say, this is it, regardless. Because I see empathy and I relate and I try to put myself in their shoes and stuff like that. And that is very exhausting and it's heavy and it weighs a lot on me. If I just set healthy boundaries and said, no matter what, this is how I feel, because it's not healthy to me, I wouldn't put myself through that. So I'm learning that. So that's a wrap for tonight's episode on the People's Podcast, The Ears That Will Listen, Where Your Opinion Matters. We hope tonight's conversation reminded you that the real revolution doesn't start with protests or power. It starts with peace. It's the movement you choose to rise after falling, to love after breaking, and to live after dying inside. Rebirth isn't easy. It asks for sacrifice, honesty, and the courage to face yourself. Yet through the process, you rediscover something greater, your truth. Big thank you to our sponsor, Shimmerwood Beverages, for keeping us grounded and present through every moment. Remember, you can get 30% off of your next order with our promo code, The People, because healing tastes better when it's within a sip with peace. Until next time, keep your hearts open, your voices loud, and never forget, you are the revolution. And I'd like to talk about, there's a few things I'd like to talk about. I'd like to talk about on our next show on gratitude, being grateful for everything, including the pain, being grateful for the moment that you're in at this present moment. Because every one of us has fought to be here. Every one of us is still fighting every day to be here because it isn't easy. And I also want to talk about that on Tuesday. And on Thursday, I want to talk about how bullying really affects the youth and the I don't even want to say I don't know the best word for it, but bullying really does affect people, and it comes in many forms, in many shapes, in many sizes, and it's not just a child thing. Adults do it too. And fighting that want to stay and keep going on and on is already hard on our own. That it's really important that we really take a moment to realize what our actions do to the next individual, intentionally or unintentionally. So stay tuned next week on the People's Podcast. It's going to be a beautiful week and we're going to have a great conversation. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, and may your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations, and realize that you matter. And thank you, DDH, for joining us.
Good night, guys.
Peace and love, everyone. Thank you.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered, where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When I'm trying to kill you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal, breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe, so down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing, and watch it all rise. The righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring, because it's unseen. The mind is too barren. They won't even heal it. They pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the tribe with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the tribe with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one and you need it.